Get a Job in Tech, episode 166. Recently, I talked to an individual. They're at a company and they've had a bunch of layoffs and they're not sure if what should they do with their career? Basically, that's kind of the question they pose. And the one of the things I asked them this individual was, what do you like about your job? Can you lay that out? Why do you want to leave your current job? That's the second thing. And then thirdly, what are you interested in doing? Because if it's not exciting and you don't want to do it, then it's not going to work. If it doesn't get you up every day, then just doing whatever, this new thing, this IT thing, it's not gonna fulfill you. I guess if I could explain like this individual explained to me, was they sit at a desk and they push a button. Basically, it's not that, but in relatives, just to simplify it, they push a button and that's all they do. It all day, basically, it's kind of automated system. And they're worried about, do they have the skills for the future? What if the company lays them off? Are they going to have a skill set that's marketable in the career, in the career field? So of course, they asked me my thoughts, and I said, well, I don't know about your situation, but if it were me, here's what I would do. I would first interview for jobs anywhere and everywhere, because I want to know what don't I know right now. It's sort of what I kind of explained was, imagine you're somewhere and your whole life you've worked in this area, maybe the past 5 years, let's say you've worked in a location, and you're not really sure what's on the outside. So if you interview, you're going to know, what are they looking for? What's the market looking for? And then the second thing that does is it tells you what you're worth. Because if you work at a company for 5 or 6 years or whatever, you're not going to know what you're worth in the marketplace if you don't apply, you don't send your resume out there. It's kind of a difficult situation to be in, because on one hand, you have this great job or this job and you're fine. But on the other hand, well, maybe they might lay me off and I need to just go ahead and put some feelers out there so I can get a job. The other thing is, this individual has a family, and so that's another factor as well. And if they live in the area where their family's around, they're not going to want to move. So they're looking for kind of a local job or get a remote job. Well, if there's a lot of competition for remote jobs, then that's going to be even more difficult to get. The other thing I suggested, and I'll probably tell everybody else, is overseas job. So there's lots of positions overseas for anyone who's looking for them. And typically what happens is, if you have, for instance, if you work for a government entity overseas, you got to have a Security Plus, CE. And that's, I think the code is SYS 505, I think. That's the code for it. CompTIA certification, Security Plus. And it's like a $300 test. And it's about it's a $300 test, and I think it's I want to say it's 150 questions or 300 questions, something like that. It's been a long time since I've taken it, so I'm not sure exactly what the latest test is and what the data on the latest test are. The other thing I mentioned was to get a job that they don't like, basically. So maybe work at a McDonald's or a Walmart, that it's just a job they don't want, basically. And what that does is, in the mind, it says, okay, I don't like this job, I want a better one. It kind of motivates you a little bit to do more, to get a better job, or to just develop the skills needed for another job. So what I mentioned to this individual, I said, imagine you're 80 years old, and how much money do you want to have then? What kind of lifestyle do you want to have then? And just work your way back to your current present day. Maybe you can go as far as write it down. What type of house do you want to live in? Where do you see your kids or your grandkids living in the environment? What do you want to earn? You want to travel? What's that cost? It could fill up a notebook, really, putting all that data out there. At least there's a plan. At least there's some sort of end goal that they want to get to, and that's going to change, of course, because of based on the market and all those factors. And no one really knows what the market's going to be 5 years from now in the IT, let's say. But if you have an IT job right now, or if you want to get into the IT field, this is the best time. It's always the best time to get into IT right now, because other jobs out there, Walmart, McDonald's, I always talk about these, but these are just, you go up there. Obviously, you can become managers or whatever, but they're not really. Who wants to work at Walmart or McDonald's for 30 years, and afterwards you might get you like 10% discount, I think, for working at Walmart, and go home every day smelling like hamburgers if you work at McDonald's. No, that's not. I don't think anybody wants that. Although it serves its purpose. It has a market there. It has a function for society. I'm not really sure what this individual is going to do, because you never know. One person could say something. You never know their motivation. You never know what they're thinking. You never know what motivates humans to do certain things. So we'll see how it goes. I might provide an update if I learn what steps they took. So thanks a lot. We'll see you in the next one.